Sonic's channel.
Hey fans, Mykle Hunter here, and welcome to part 1 of the Sonic 4 Episode 2 playthrough. And right now I have John Ortiz, aka Johnny, what you normally call him, with me today. How are you doing?
Just call me Johnny. I'm doing just fine, and thank you once again for inviting me to this playthrough. I've been playing the crap out of this game for the longest time, ever since the beta accidentally leaked on Steam, and since it officially came out on Steam about 4 o'clock a.m. I just recently got it for the PS3, so yes, I am enjoying what I'm playing so far, and I do have a general consensus of the entire game itself, but I'll wait until I start writing up the review for it, because I am working on that as we are recording this.
Yeah, I think the physics are much better on here. I didn't want to play the beta on Steam. I wanted to wait until the game was officially released, so this is actually my first time playing it.
If it makes you feel any better, the beta is pretty close to the final thing. Really not much has changed as far as memory serves me right.
Oh yeah, do you know what the red rings are supposed to do yet?
Nothing.
Nothing?
The red rings do nothing.
Okay, then what's...
once the final version of Steam, the final Steam version was released, apparently all of my saved progress that I did for the beta carried over to the final product, so I didn't have to collect all the red rings over again, and I didn't have to collect all the Chaos Emeralds again. So, I had like 2 more red rings to collect. One was in this zone, actually, and the other was in Oil Desert Zone. I collected them all, and nothing happened.
What? That's weird.
So, as far as I'm aware, the red rings do absolutely nothing. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because I'm not exactly sure if that's just the Steam version. Maybe it's some kind of faulty programming. I'm not sure. I haven't collected all the red rings yet on the PS3 version, so I'll keep you up to date on that one. But if it's just for an achievement, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah, pretty much.
I do not like it when games do that. I'd rather have an in-game unlockable than just make my E-penis bigger, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think trophies and achievements are actually kind of pointless. Like, the only time I actually do it is, like, when it's a Sonic game, but, that's because with Sonic games I like to be a perfectionist. But, other than that, I really don't care about trophies.
Yeah, admittedly, I'm the same way when it comes to Sonic games. In fact, one of my eventual goals is to get all the achievements on the 360 with every Sonic game that I own, including Sonic 06, which I'm not looking forward to. Nor am I looking forward to the hot dog missions in Sonic Unleashed, but I'll get to it eventually. And now we're entering the first special stage, which is borrowing elements from Sonic 2 again. How many Sonic games use the Sonic 2 special stage gimmick?
I have no idea.
So sick of I am so sick of this half-pipe special stage gimmick. Bring back Blue Sphere. Make something original. I am so sick of the half-pipe special stage.
I don't know, I kind of like these, the way they did it on this game right here. I don't know, I think it's because, I grew up playing Sonic 2, and I've always gotten all the Chaos Emeralds. Like, every time I play Sonic 2, I can't even play it without trying to get all the Chaos Emeralds, so I'm just used to doing these. And to see it basically look like an HD version is really nice for me.
Admittedly, I do find these a bit more tolerable than Sonic 2 special stages, because I will go on and say that I think Sonic 2 special stages are the hardest in the series. I think it's a step backwards. Have you ever played the Saturn version of Sonic 3D Blast?
Yeah.
Well, then you know that the special stages are pretty much like Sonic 2's, only, a bit more expanded upon. I honestly think this is a step backwards from that.
Yeah?
With that, and I kind of miss the jazz music that plays playing the stages.
It almost sounds like
this
gospel
track,
music.
Yeah, this track right here, it's actually a general consensus that I hope for the entire soundtrack, is pretty repetitive. and it gets stuck in my head for all the wrong reasons. And then again, though, when I was playing the beta release for this, I ended up playing the special stages a lot of times because I was messing up a lot on them, especially special stage 4, 6, and 7. Though one of the cool things you can do, like the first episode, is that if you're on the verge of messing the stage up, you can press start, and you can hit retries and try the special stage over and over again until you get it right. You really gotta get sick of that music, though.
Alright, we're at Act 2. This music is actually one of the first tracks that I listened to on this stage when the beta was released. And I really like the style of it. I think it's much better than Episode 1 music. It sounds more like a Sega Genesis game rather than some weird cat meowing music.
Oh, well, when we no longer have dying cats anymore, but dying ducks too. I don't know if you heard Oil Desert's Act 2 music, but
oh, that was close.
That duck, I feel so bad for that duck. But anyway, the music in general, I feel is both a step up and a step down from Episode 1. So for one thing, yeah, the instrumentation is, I think, better than Episode 1. I think the overall quality of Sonic 4 Episode 2 soundtrack, though, is just not there. Now there are a few tracks I do enjoy, but I think the main problem I have with the entire soundtrack in itself is that a lot of the themes are way too short. They're like 30 seconds long and then it starts looping again.
Yeah, that's how the Episode 1 was too, actually.
Yeah, I think I thought they would fix that, but apparently Jun Sano was really a fan of 10-second musical pieces that just go on and on and on again. In fact, I know we're not going to be able to get to it at this part, but the boss music, or I should say Eggman's boss music, is the pinch music that was used in Episode 1, and that's all that plays. That is it doesn't get any repetitive than that. And I like, no, I don't want to. This is no. I want to hear some original boss music, not something that was reused for Episode 1 that only lasts like 3 seconds. This is no. They screwed up majorly there.
Yeah, it's pretty repetitive. It kind of bugs me that you can't turn off hints on this game, because it's constantly telling you how to do stuff on every part, and it makes me feel like they don't think that I know what I'm doing. I like to be able to figure stuff out myself.
Yeah, it's something akin to Sonic Heroes, where they had all these power, speed, and flight signs plastered all over the level design just to let you know that, hey, remember, we just want to let you remember that you have a flight character and a power character in case you need to go different routes. Are you sure you got that memorized? I want to make sure. I'm going to put 6 more speed signs here, maybe 12 more flights here, and 3 more powers just to be safe, because I want to make sure you guys remember that you're controlling 3 characters at once.
Yeah, they really need to tone down the hints in these games. Or at least have it like Sonic Generations where you can turn them off.
Yeah, because like Sonic, I was actually going to bring that up. Like Sonic Generations, all the pitfalls in this game are marked by those orange signs with classic Sonic falling to his death. You can't turn those off though, unlike Sonic Generations.
But so far it seems like
have you had any experience with co-op yet?
Not yet. I was actually going to test that out soon. Maybe
I'm test it out soon myself, actually.
Yeah, I want to try it out online. But yeah, I'll probably do a video on that as well. But yeah, seems like we've been saying a lot of negative stuff about the game. But actually, this is a huge improvement over Episode 1 in terms of level design and the graphics and the physics, of course.
Yeah, control-wise, Sonic does handle a lot better, I think, than Episode 1. Honestly, to me, it still feels a bit Sonic Rush, if you could say it, if you could describe it as such. Graphically speaking, though, it's miles better than Episode 1. No longer do we have to run on plastic grass, but actually rendered grass that looks real. And well, honestly, the 2.5D look is what they should have gone from in the beginning.
Yeah.
Instead of what they did for episode 1. Now I will go on and say that episode 1 visually is not that bad looking, but episode 2 is really what it should have been in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, when I first saw like a game like Donkey Kong Country Returns, I was thinking this is what Sonic 4 should look like, and having sections where you can like get launched into the foreground, and they actually brought that into this one, so I'm glad to see that.
Yeah.
Alright, got the second Chaos Emerald, huh?
There are a lot of things that episode 2 definitely has going for it. I think I just need a little more time with it before I get a general consensus with it.
Yeah.
Though I think I'm pretty close to reaching one.
Alrighty, looks like that's about it for part 1 of the playthrough. Thank you, Johnny, for joining us. And is there anything else you'd like to say?
Okay, well, since this is like the 3rd time I've joined you for these commentaries. I plugged in my main channel last time. I plugged in the Let's Play channel. I'm going to plug in another channel this time. I'm going to plug in my commentary channel that I do with a few other friends of mine that I think you guys might enjoy if you guys are interested, which is Brain Scratch Commentaries. You go to youtube.com/brainscratchcoms, where we do all kinds of commentaries to all kinds of games that we played. It's about as unprofessional as you can get, but we have tons of fun doing it. And if you guys are ever interested in listening to me along with 3 other nerds rage over their favorite things and be as unprofessional as you can get, check that out. But thank you again, Mykle. I appreciate it for you inviting me for the latest Sonic game in the franchise.
Alright, no problem. Thank you again, Johnny, for joining us for part 1 of the Sonic 4 Episode 2 playthrough. And make sure you subscribe and stay tuned because we have a lot more special guests on the way. So yeah, you're going to enjoy it. Thank you all for watching. This is Mykle Hunter. See you guys next time.